Hey guys, it is time for my quarantine painting update number 2. I got quite a bit of different projects out on my table. I've been working from home, as I mentioned in this last update that was put out a couple weeks ago. So I've had actually plenty of time to sit down and paint between things. I forgot to turn off my scanner, so ho- hope so. Anyway, can I reach that? I, I don't think I can. It's over on my painting desk. So hopefully they don't interrupt us too much. But anyway, I've been working from home, so I've had quite a bit more time to paint. It's actually a lot easier to get my job done at home than it is when I'm in the office. So I can go back and forth between my work and my painting. And I have been painting up quite a bit of stuff. Some of the stuff I've already showed you in previous videos. A lot of it I haven't. So we're going to go over and take a look at just the different projects that I have that I'm working on right now. My number one, probably my biggest project, and it has been for quite some time, is my General Day Army project. And it is an 18 millimeter AB project. And I am coming along quite nice with the French now, actually. I have 2 battalions of the 57th line right here, and they're skirmishing stands out there. You get one per battalion, and you get an extra one if at least 50% of the brigade is light infantry. So I won't get into the full details of the rules today here, but we have two, like I said, 2 battalions of the 57th Line Infantry. Let me see if I can zoom in, maybe get a little bit better detail on that. Yeah, it'll zoom in, but it looks a little bit grainy. So maybe we won't zoom in a lot. But we have a Brigadier General, General Day Brigade, right there. And we have a general of the division behind him, as well as one of his ADCs. That's the only ADC individually based that I have painted as of right now. I'll need several more of those here once I start gaming, but that's okay. They're not an immediate need. The biggest thing is to get the hundreds and hundreds, possibly thousands of troops that I'm going to need to be painted, get those wrapped up. So I have three what could be considered regiments, because 2 stands is going to be a squadron on each when it comes to the cavalry. So I have 1 regiment. This is the 8th Cuirassier right here. I have half of one of the Carabiner regiments. I haven't decided which one it is, either that or I forgot. I don't think I wrote it on the bottom yet. No, I did not. I think it's the 1st regiment, though, of the carabiners that I'm going to be doing. So we have General Hotpole, which I have shown you him before. I don't think the focus is going to work out too well there. We have General Nansuti right there. These are both going to be divisional generals, so I need to do the brigadiers for the cavalry. We have Lasselle right here in his ADC. He's going to be divisional as well. And then we have one of the light cav brigadiers right there. Will it focus? Nope, not going to focus, and I can't really do this one-handed here. So we have the 8th Hussars right here, and we have the 1st Chasseurs right there. Now I do have 3 more regiments of Chasseurs to paint up, 1 more regiment of Hussars to paint up, 2 more regiments of Cuirassier, and 1.5 regiments of Carabiners. So I will have, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. After all it's said and done, I'll have about 11 regiments of cavalry to start off with. Of course, I'll be adding more as time goes by. I do have 3 pieces of artillery done so far. I'm going to be doing 2 guns to a battery instead of 3. So this is 1 battery of foot guns. And here is 1 horse gun that I will need to do another one to have a horse battery. I do have, I can't remember what brigade this is. I have the flag. down in one of my drawers there, so I can't remember which brigade it is, or excuse me, regiment it is. But I also have one more regiment, or excuse me, two more battalions to finish off this regiment of French line and greatcoats. So, and then the divisional commander right there, brigadier commander right there, and there's a lot more infantry to do. I have started on a battalion of Leger. I finished the 2 elite companies. This is going to be the 15th Leger. This is their Voltigeur company as well as their Grenadier company. And you can see that those are based 4 to a base. And that's how I'm going to base my light infantry. It'll allow me to easily distinguish, what's light and what's not. Kind of gives them more of an open order look on it. And it also saves a lot on the painting burden, as well as saves me a little bit of money. So, two miniatures from AB is 70 cents, from Eureka Miniatures 74 cents, something like that. So, we're saving 2 miniatures to a stand. That's 6 stands to a regiment. That's 12 miniatures that we don't have to buy, which is about $10. So, it saves me $10. It's not that much, but hey, when you're spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on miniatures, every little bit helps. Also, that painting burden is the main reason why. It's just 12 miniatures less you have to paint. It saves a lot of time here. Let me see if I can get a good detailed shot in there. There you go. So I still need to do the 4 center companies for the 15th Leger. Shouldn't take me too long. I already got them based up and on my painting table. Here is the Austrian Grenzers. I just wanted to kind of show you another example of light infantry. These are really the only Austrians that I've done so far. I've done a little bit more, but these are the ones that I wanted to show you as an example. Basically, the light infantry, they're halfway done. I got 3 more stands of them to do, and then that'll be a completed unit of Grenzers. But that's light infantry. You can see 4 to a base again, and that just makes it easier, like I said, easier to finish painting and saves me a little bit of money. So that's where my ESR project is, or not my ESR, excuse me, my GDA project, my 18mm AB project. That's where it is as of right now. And we can go ahead, since I mentioned ESR, let's take a look here. I've been doing some terrain for ESR. I took some old credit cards and 3D printed some buildings out, and then used some different materials I had around the house to make a couple farmsteads, a smaller village here. And these are going to be kind of modular. You can see I'm painting the roads in on the center of each card, so they're going to be modular to where I can make the village look whatever shape or size I need it to be for whatever scenario I may be playing. So that's an example of a village. An example of a larger city is here. These are also 3D printed buildings. I painted them up. I'm not sure if I'm digging the brighter roof colors on these buildings here. Maybe I should go back and paint a good portion of them gray or dark green or brown or something like that. I think that might look better. So give me your opinion on those buildings. Should I leave them like that, or should I go ahead and paint some of the ceilings or the roofs on those buildings a darker, duller color? Here's a Chatel. I don't know what the heck it is. Some rich man's land, basically, that I also 3D printed. The units I have, here's a couple French units. I actually have Napoleon right there all based up and ready to go. I don't think, yeah, you can see him there. So there's Napoleon. I have 1 battalion of French infantry and a squadron of cavalry, chasseurs. So, and I also have 3 battalions of Russian infantry. These are Moscow line infantry, or musketeers as Russians would call them. So I got a couple windmills out there that'll be scattered all over the battlefield, and a nice looking bridge up there, and a smaller one that I haven't painted. Got some forests that I have 3D printed and that I'll be painting up and that I can use as forests. I'm playing with 6 millimeter, and one of these is a battalion. So I don't mind the smaller scale buildings when you're looking at them like this. I think it kind of gives it that DBA feel to the game. Um, and I really like that look. I don't mind it. So I think in a game when we're talking about, 1 inch equals 150 yards. So this is about 150 yards here width. I think that if you get a full size 6 millimeter building to compare, you put a 6 millimeter building there, it might just look a little funny. It might throw off from the scale, at least for me. So this kind of 2 millimeter scale is what these buildings are actually, 2 millimeter scale. I think that works good with a 1 inch equals 150 yards metric scale. So yeah, that's about it. So good thing about this is I have a crap ton of 6 millimeter already painted from a couple different projects, from a Blucher project as well as a Big Battalion black powder slash GDA project that I originally got into when I first started 6 millimeter. So all my 6 millimeter is painted. All I have to do is rebase it all, which was going along smoothly until Litco shut down due to the coronavirus lockdown. And now I have to wait several weeks for my bases. So it's going to be a little bit before I can continue rebasing my 6 millimeter over to ESR. But the good thing is, is once those are rebased, I'll be able to start playing right away with that. So expect some good ESR battle reports and examples of play. I'm going to do basically, I've decided to do like a Marshall's school for ESR, and to really show how ESR works, help people understand it, learn how it plays, because there's not much on the game. And I plan on doing several big battles. I'm talking multi-table battles out here with ESR. It's going to be fantastic stuff. So I have been playing on this table. I've been stickering more of this Russian pack right here because Command and Colors, I've played it a long time with the original box, the Spanish box, the Prussians, the Austrian box. The Russian box I just recently got on a reprint several months ago, about 4 or 5 months ago, I think, from GMT. So I'm just now getting around to stickering it. But I've been using the French and the Austrians to game some ESR, some blocks to do ESR across the table that I've set terrain up on and stuff, and has helped me really learn the game and start to understand it before I start to do battle reports and the Marshall's School, which is what I plan on doing. However, back to my current projects. So that takes care of the ESR. I've kind of touched base on a 28 millimeter project. I very rarely do 28 millimeter anymore, but I've been starting here. I'm going to do individually based, like you see here in front, for a skirmish game called Songs of Drums and Shako. And it's coming along nice, actually. I enjoy painting 28. So this is like a squadron based game. You buy troops using a point value. I think the normal size game is like 300 or 400 points, something like that. And then you go ahead and you play the game. And I'll do some battle reports on it. My son really loves the system, so this is one type of game that I can really get him to play. So these three right here are the start of my squadron of Leger. I'm going to do a small squadron of Leger from the 15th. Or they're actually a small squadron of Voltigeurs from the 15th Leger. So this is going to be their officer right there, and then we have a sergeant right here with his hands up, and then one trooper. And I have about 4 or 5 more of these guys to do, and then that'll be a squadron of Voltigeurs from the 15th Leger. I'm trying to get the focus in there. There it goes. I have a regular line infantry officer that I made up, and I'll be doing a regular French squadron of regular line from some sort of battalion. Got a lot of cat here. My cat loves getting up on top of anything that's soft. So this felt surface, she loves climbing up on it. I did get a box of Victrix French line. So it comes with 60 miniatures in it. And I don't need 60 French miniatures for the project that I'm doing. So I decided to paint up a couple as some Italian line. They're not finished yet. I still need to do the colored disc underneath the pom-pom on their shako. I need to add the white and blue on that. And then obviously base them, paint the barrel and the metal on their musket, and then they'll be about done, I think. I also need to redo the white straps on their greatcoats. But yeah, so there's a regular trooper. I have another regular trooper here in the firing position. And then I have an officer. Now, I'm really happy with this officer, the way he came out. I had to chop him all up to get him. Both of his hands have been chopped off and had new ones put on. You can see his left arm there, his left hand kind of is on his sword hilt with a reverse grip, and his sword is sheathed in its scabbard right now. So I really like that pose, kind of marching. Yeah, so I'm very satisfied with the way he came out. One thing to note about these guys is they are plastic, and I thought I got the majority of mold lines off, but you can still see some of the mold lines here and there on different figures. It's kind of a new thing to me, those Victrix. They're interesting, to say the least, to paint. So another project that these have been going on for a long time, guys. So very, very long time. Some of these things I've had for 25 or 30 years. You can see some Warhammer 40K stuff in there. I don't play 40K anymore, but ever since Kill Team came out a couple years ago, I've been slowly getting some of my models painted and rebased, and in preparation to play Kill Team with my son. My son really enjoys the smaller level skirmish games, especially sci-fi stuff. So I know he is really excited to get back into this and play a little bit of Warhammer Kill Team with me. So I'm putting together a Death Guard Kill Team right here. And I don't remember all the names of the different weapons. This guy just has a regular bolter. This guy has a plague flail right there. This is the leader, and regular bolter back there. Some sort of insignia. I can't remember what that, plague sigil or something like that. And then that guy back there has the blight launcher. I also have some, what are these guys? Plague bearers? No, not plague bearers. I don't know. Maybe they were the plague barrels. Nurglings, not Nurglings. Nurglings are small things. I don't remember. Anyway, I also have a Thousand Suns Kill Team that I've been working on, and these guys came out really, really good. I enjoyed painting them up. I wish I had a professional setup to really show you guys the painting that I do. Some of it's crap. Some of it looks really good. These just happen to look real good. So yeah, Thousand Suns, they came out really good. This would probably be my favorite team. I've always liked the Thousand Suns. There's the Sorcerer. So yeah. Came out good. Another thing that I've been working on for a long time is Space Marine Epic, Epic Armageddon, Net Epic, Net EA Gold, whichever rule version you play, Epic 40K basically. This is a Thunderhawk that I printed out, 3D printed, and then painted up. It looks a little bright in the sunlight. It does have a nice dull, kind of grimy look to it in person. I don't know if you can really see, maybe if I get in close. Yeah, if I get in close, you can kind of see it. But still need to add a little bit of effects, some weathering and stuff like that, darken up and shade those windshields, and it'll look good. But yeah, so let me move that here. Here is part of my 40K collection that I've done over the course of several years here. Rebased many of them to a 40 millimeter wide basing standard that a couple of the versions are using. So you can see I got a lot of greenskins, a lot of elder, And then here's my Blood Angel Force right here with a whole bunch of crap down here mixed in the middle that I still need to get around to and paint. Lots of rhinos, land raiders, razorbacks, predators, orc stompas, different elder vehicles, whole bunch of stuff need to get in there and finish up and paint. So yeah, that's another project that I've been managing to put a little bit of work into currently. This has been going on a little bit longer than usual, but just another quick reminder, I haven't forgotten about my Age of Sail ships here. I'm still working on that. You can see my painting table's an absolute mess over there. Got a lot of stuff that I've been switching back and forth between a lot of stuff. Been kind of ADD lately with what I've been getting painted, but the key thing is I've been getting it painted. So if you stuck around for this 21 minutes of listening to me talk, I appreciate it very much. I know I rambled on a little bit more than I intended to there. But anyway, guys, take it easy. Stay safe in your quarantine. If you really want to see any of these projects in great detail that I didn't really get into, my Warhammer stuff, my Epic stuff, the Age of Sail stuff that I briefly showed you up there, whatever it may be, if you want to see something in more detail, let me know and I'd be more than happy to focus on it. So I think I'm going to be breaking out, this sounds suicidal, but I'm going to be breaking out my collector's edition World in Flames box set and probably setting that up. I'll probably need about 4 tables to set that up. And if this quarantine lasts long enough, I just may get through the setup and get to actually start the game. So any of you guys play with, you'll know what I'm talking about here. So anyway, guys, take it easy. See you later. Next time. Bye-bye.